Hey, good Friday evening, everyone. This is Weather Extra. What are we going to talk about tonight? I will tell you that as we progress into this and get more rhythm going with this Weather Extra that we're going to do every 9:30, Monday through Friday. Of course, there's other times. Do you know what other times we've got going on? I think there's like 10:30 in the morning.
10:30.
And then Chelsea's like a 4:30 on the weekends, something like that. But we're going to be doing this more regularly. Again, looking for more sponsors, things like that. We're going to start having a lot more video content here of some current events and relative news. So, again, we're going to basically, the concept here is to talk about weather, of course, and give you extra weather content that we can't really give you in that 3-minute window we have on TV, and I'll expand more of the coverage to cover a little bit more of the country as well. Can monitor YouTube and Facebook. We're also on all of our what we call CTV, all the digital. If you've got Amazon Roku, if you've got Amazon Fire Stick or Roku or Apple TV, we've got apps on all of those products, and you can download those apps. And some of you find it a little bit easier to watch this on TV, as I straighten out my tie there. Or some of you are probably watching on your phone and watching TV, maybe watching with your husband, your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. That's how it works on a Friday night. Let's get into the forecast. You know what? Can you go out and get my remote control?
Yes.
It's a black, you know what it looks like, don't you? All right. Until then, we'll just talk. So we'll start off here with talking about the 10-day forecast, because the 10-day forecast has a lot going on with it. We've got, slipping back into the 50s tomorrow, 58. Shower chances will be tonight. And here's the challenge when you look at a 10-day forecast like this. You look at it initially, you think, oh, it's going to rain Saturday. The rain is coming Saturday night. There's actually a few showers possible overnight tonight, but you'll probably sleep right through that. Thank you. You'll probably sleep right through that. And then the next chance comes Saturday night into Sunday. And we're going to get through this. We're going to go hour by hour through this coming up. And of course, we're coming up at 10 o'clock on our newscast. We'll talk about it as well. But since you're tuning in here, you may not need to watch, right? So that's the other challenge here with having this on at 9:30. But of course, you're going to stick around for 10. By Sunday, we're talking 54 degrees. We change our clocks this weekend, which is always a big argument. I talked about this last night. I think it's all about what schedule you work. I work nights, so I love the extra daylight when I can get it. And if you work mornings, you like the daylight in the mornings when you're driving to work. So it's going to be dark Monday morning when you go to work. But when I go to work, it's going to be light. And when I go on my dinner break, it's still going to be light out. And I've always got all sorts of projects going on. So that's the other reason. And construction workers love daylight saving time because you get to keep working. And especially in the summer months, you get working even later and later. But if you work construction, and say it's 4:30 in the afternoon in December, you already have to stop working because it's too dark to see anything. If you're working outdoors, I'm talking about. If you're working indoors, there's electricity, there's not much of an issue there. But anyway, I love daylight saving time. So 54 Sunday, we got showers coming in, and there's going to be a lot more rain coming in Sunday night into Monday morning. So that's the kind of the change. This week has been the timing of the rain. It's a cutoff upper level low. We'll talk more about that in a second. They're always a challenge. Dan Satterfield, when he was around here at the competing station, he'd always talk about upper level low, weatherman's woe. And that's certainly what it is. 67 Monday afternoon, though. And then we're talking 75 Tuesday. Some of you on spring break next week, you're the winners here. The following week may not be so nice. And I went through this with my kids as well, my boys, I should say, as far as spring break. It's always hit and miss. Each week is different in the month of March here in North Alabama, southern middle Tennessee, probably anywhere in the United States for that matter, because you always hear everybody say, if you don't like the weather, give it a day, it'll change. It can be said in every state. 77 Wednesday, and then Wednesday night into Thursday, there's our next chance of rain coming in. These will be spotty showers, maybe a quarter of an inch of rain or so. And then 80 on Friday. And Saturday, Sunday, we're watching this. We're outlook for a high risk for heavy rainfall. And there's also the possibility of strong storms. And we're not hyping up the strong storm or severe storm threat just yet because it's March. We expect stronger thunderstorms this time of year. So as we go forward here, looking at Huntsville right now, it's 59 degrees. It's actually a really comfortable night out there. Actually, I grilled hamburgers for dinner tonight out on the patio, and had a nice little patio fire too. So it's a real comfortable night out there. Still 60 in Huntsville, 64 in Florence. So you're wondering where the cooler air is. Well, I'm about to show you. It's all well north of us, and that cooler air is way up to the north. As I can get my clicker to work here. There it goes. You see all that blue? That's the colder air mass, and that's what's going to slowly come down here. Not all of it. We're not going to see freezing temperatures for a while, but that's where the cold air is. And believe it or not, Sioux Falls is probably happy with 28 because they've seen much worse weather so far this year. They actually have snow on the ground still. We've had the clouds moving through. They kind of thinned out a little bit, but we're going to see reinforcing clouds as we go through the day tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I think we'll get some sunshine, and then it's going to break through as far as where we see more clouds coming in. Check your comments over here. See how many people we got on Facebook. Oh, we got 63 of you. Figured it'd be slow. Friday night's a slow night. Some of you are probably checking in Saturday and Sunday watching the replay here, and that's okay too. But as we go through the satellite loop here, one thing we're watching is this cut-off upper-level low-pressure system. It's over Arizona tonight. They're getting some snow. We got winter storm warnings out in the Texas Panhandle. They're going to see about 7 inches of snow from this. Ski resorts out in New Mexico probably loving this weather too, especially since we're about ready to kick on to spring break for some. And what I want to show you here, this is the water vapor satellite. And this is really the best satellite, the water vapor, in showing you these upper-level features. So this little comma head here, this is what gives us headaches, especially in the southeast. If you're going down to the Gulf Coast, this is going to give you showers as we go through Sunday. Sunday looks awfully wet down along the Gulf Coast, and we're getting rain here too. But your Saturday, it's not all that bad. It's going to feel kind of like it does now all day tomorrow with temperatures around 60 degrees. Rain chances come back late tomorrow. So here's a look at, as we get into the morning hours, we kind of fly by this. There's not a whole lot to look at. There's your brief window of sunshine, not at 4 a.m., but around 7 a.m. we're going to see a little bit of sunshine. And I don't know if it's this curtain that's getting in front of my remote control or not. Was that there last night too? No, the curtain is just, I'm trying to control the computer from the studio. But as we move forward, there's your cloudy sky Saturday, temperatures in the 50s, and it's Saturday night, and it's spotty at best showers. So again, I always tell people not to cancel plans unless we're really, really confident in widespread rain, and this is a good reason not to cancel any plans because it's spotty showers, and this model guidance just updated this evening. As we get into Sunday morning, a few showers still possible, but you're going to notice a change right there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So here's where we're most confident about more showers coming through. Temperatures are going to be held in check. Whenever you get rain and it's in the 50s, it's kind of an inside day. Look at that. I may have to increase the chance of rain. I'll let Chelsea do that over the weekend. Chelsea can do that. We've got it at 50%, which is pretty high chance of rain anyway. So here's the rain on the roof forecast, and a lot of people have asked me about that Boss 302 Mustang there. That is a 69 Boss 302 parked in the driveway. However, it's supposed to be blue, but when I actually bought that 3D graphic, it cost me $130, believe it or not. But I used it for another project too, but I just incorporated it into weather. But it's supposed to be blue, but the weather software makes it red. But anyway, red's not a bad car anyway. We're going to take a break here, pay for some of this with a sponsor. And again, down the road, we're hoping to have some video here instead of just a graphic. But we're going to start the break. It runs about a minute, and then we'll come back. We're going to talk about next weekend, and that high risk for heavy rainfall. All right, everybody, we're back just like that through the magic of CTV, we call it. Let's talk more about your weekend. And the weekend isn't looking terrible. But again, tomorrow, when you just look at this graphic, that's why we're here, to explain the weather. It looks like it's going to rain all day, but this is going to happen tomorrow night. And Sunday, as we hit 2 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday, which will feel like 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock, something like that, as we move our clocks forward, we'll get that extra hour of daylight. It's not going to be sunlight Sunday because it's going to be cloudy and it's going to be raining at sunset on Sunday. So that's what we're looking at. Now, looking down the road, this is next weekend. We got the St. Patrick's Day Parade in downtown Huntsville coming up March 16th, next Saturday. This is from the Climate Prediction Center, and they're pretty good at rainfall. I tell you what, the Weather Prediction Center, Climate Prediction Center, going with a high risk for heavy rainfall. This far out, I would be betting we're going to get a lot of rain. So let's take a look at Friday next week. Again, I can post a graphic on social media, just like that one, and I said, next week, next Saturday, and the first question I get is that tomorrow? And no, the date on there says March 15th and 16th. So let's just go through this forecast. This is going to be next Saturday, widespread rain moving in during the morning hours Saturday. And then it continues to rain. And this is the European model, and it has it raining. And again, notice the upper right-hand corner. It says next weekend. And then there's a date, March 15th. And this is way out there. This is going to change. This could all slide into Sunday. But just want to make sure you're aware of this. If you start a big outdoor project this weekend and you think you're going to say, oh, I'm going to finish that next weekend, you may not be able to. It may be raining all weekend next weekend. And along for the ride, maybe a few stronger thunderstorms. But with this setup here, this is more typical of a frontal system that stalls in the Tennessee Valley, and we get overrunning showers and thunderstorms, not necessarily severe weather, a few strong storms, but heavy rainfall. And that is going to be 3 o'clock in the morning Sunday. It continues. This tapers off Sunday afternoon, but again, we're so far out, it's really hard to say with any accuracy that is definitely going to happen. So again, on this Friday night, let's see how many people we got on here. We got 19 of you on YouTube right now. Thanks for checking in. And we're down to 40. That commercial break really, we lost a few people on that one. So again, we'll liven this up a little bit more. Maybe we won't lose as many people on that commercial break. But I thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a great weekend. I'll be back Monday. Chelsea will be in over the weekend. She'll keep you up to date.